Have you ever ran like that before at another event?
Yes.
And which event was that?
I can't recall, but yes.
No, listen. No, listen. I hate to say it. It's not funny, but because we know Rainwater,
yes,
hearing that up there talk, man, I was scared. Yeah, I was just scared.
We expected it.
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, man, I don't deal with rappers. Yeah, my artists, they R&B, man, R&B.
In country.
Hey,
Wack. But look, we were trying to figure out why would the lawyer say, but they're streaming on YouTube. I think that he put it out there because he thought that Rainwater might have been like, everybody's listening. And then
first of all, who you think sent me the link? Rainwater.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, The Answer. Y'all remember a few years ago, man, RIP MOE3, his manager Rainwater got caught out there. It happened on camera. It was very embarrassing. He got clowned for it. Is he a straight street dude? Is he not? Since then, he asked Yella Beezy to have a celebrity boxing match. That didn't happen. And now he's in civil court trying to get some money. And he is the star of the show. He's almost doing a Woody impersonation, but if you know Rainwater, he talk like this anyway, so he really just doing him. Listen to the audio. We'll cover what happened afterwards. 100% entertainment. Let's get it.
Okay.
I went to the club. I went to the clubs by myself and promoted his music, and I let my artist be at home, and he never hung out.
Okay. You said previously in testimony of yours that you try to stay away from the streets, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you classify him as a street guy?
No, I can't classify a person that's not here as anything.
Well, at the time of when he was alive,
I think he classified himself. I can't classify him as anything. You should listen to his music. He'll tell you what he is.
Okay, well, I did listen to his music, and he was very much a violent person in his music and even in his background in his life.
I'm sorry, how is this relevant to? How's that going to help my jury make a decision today?
But Your Honor, I'm touching into the subject. My client's music was brought up, is used against him. I'm just doing the same, Your Honor.
I'm not, but your client is a named party in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
The individual to which you're referring is not.
Yes, ma'am.
If the individual to which you're referring is deceased, I don't think, I'm having a hard time getting a connection between where you're going and how this is going to help us reach a verdict in this case.
I understand, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. So again, you said you wouldn't label him as a street guy.
I can't label anyone that's not here as nothing. He spoke for himself.
Okay. So you would never say you two did street activities together?
No.
No? Okay. And you did nothing to promote violence, is what you're saying as well?
No, sir. I was a manager. A manager cannot promote violence.
Well, would you say you have a large following on social media?
Yes.
Is a lot of what you do promotion-wise and marketing-wise done on social media?
It's hand in hand. I do a lot of promotion in person. I do more promotion in person, and I have a large social media where I basically do a lot of comedy on social media.
Just comedy?
Yeah, basic comedy, little rap, but it's nothing to promote heavy promotion of music. If I'm promoting music heavily, I'm going in the streets.
So you're going
in the clubs and the businesses and.
Well, sometimes wouldn't some people say, look, those lines get blurred between the clubs and the streets because a lot of street people are in the clubs?
Yeah, I've never been a street person, so I can't tell you what the streets is about.
You've never been a street person?
No.
And never hung around street people?
I manage street people.
So that makes it a close affiliation for you, does it not? So you're at that point, you're mixed in with street.
Objection, vague, argumentative, and I'd ask for a definition of what you're referring to in terms of street.
Objection sustained. First of all, if you're going to continue with this line of questioning, I need for you to provide a definition of what you mean by street people. And I would like to advise those who are watching us on live stream, there is a box in the lower right-hand corner that says do not record. If the court becomes aware of any recordings of these court proceedings, you will be issued a show cause order and you will be up to sanctioning by this court. So please do not record this proceedings. You may proceed. Objection sustained. Mr. Valles, you may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. How many followers would you say you have on Instagram?
I'm not sure at this moment. Over 100,000.
How about on your Twitter?
I haven't been in my Twitter in a long time. That's fake accounts.
Do you use Facebook?
Not often.
Snapchat?
Not often.
So your main source of a social media platform, you would say, is Instagram?
TikTok. Bingo.
TikTok and Bingo, they're bigger than Instagram for you?
Yeah.
How many followers do you have or connections?
Engagement. It's all about engagement. I have a lot of engagements on other platforms than Instagram.
And what are these other engagements?
Just higher engagement. At the time when...
Objection, relevance. Where are we going with this?
I am, Mr. Valles, we're trying to finish things up, and I'm not quite sure. My jury knowing how many Instagram followers or bingo, which I've never heard of, is actually going to be relevant to help my jurors determine whether or not there's liability on the part of your client and what money damages. It's interesting, but we really don't have time for just interesting. It's got to be relevant, please.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm not trying to do it just interesting. It's everything is relevant, Your Honor.
I'm having a hard time tying this all in.
I understand, Your Honor.
So where are we going with this line of questioning? Why do we need to know how many, except I'm jealous, he does have more Instagram followers than I do. But, besides that, where are we going with this?
Your Honor, this gentleman uses his social media following to inflame situations, cause and stir situations, fights, and conflict throughout.
Okay, that's an editorial comment, but unless you have proof that that's what happened on the night of the incident, we can't jump that hurdle.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right. With that in mind, please proceed.
Sir, you mentioned that a large amount of the money you lost was income right after this incident, correct?
2020.
Yeah. And what month was that?
From February all the way to November.
Yeah. Wasn't that the same time of the COVID shutdown?
Yes.
Okay. So weren't all venues and social gatherings shut down for that anyway?
It was, but MOE3 was a different type of artist that we did a lot of appearances to videos, studio times. We did all his interviews. A lot of stuff was just completely shut down where he couldn't move around and I couldn't move around. So we follow the rules of the United States about the venues, but we wasn't getting a lot of money out venue money at the time.
I don't believe anyone was getting venue money at that time because social gatherings of that nature were shut down.
Exactly. In May throughout the year it was back open, but our money came different where we have a lot of features and video appearance. So we wasn't getting a lot of money at that.
So how are you not getting a lot of money at that time if most things venue-wise were shut down?
We're not talking about venue. We're talking about videos and features. So if an artist get a feature, then break it down. If an artist get a feature, we have to fly to California, we wasn't able to fly to California to do a feature. At the time, we were charging $15,000 for a feature and $10,000 for a video appearance. It's $25,000. We wasn't able to do that at the time.
Why was your client not able to do that?
Because my client didn't move without his management.
Well, that sounds like that's a choice for him that he made more than so your inability.
That's a choice of the contract.
So you're saying
him being comfortable to move.
So which is it? Because you said it's a choice of him, and then you said it's a part of the contract. So is he not allowed to make an appearance unless you're present?
That's what an artist do with a manager, a real management.
I've represented artists before, and unfortunately, I've had several, and I've never had a situation where they will not go unless their manager goes.
Testifying.
Objection to sidebar.
So
and counsel testifying.
Yeah, I mean, half questions, please.
Yes, Your Honor. So can you please explain to the jury how your contract is the type of contract that your client will not go, and he miraculously has some special powers that he's allowed to do stuff that the rest of the nation and the world are not doing at that time, circulating around?
Objection, relevance.
Sustained.
So you're saying he lost out on feature money of him making appearances on videos and what else? Videos, appearance, features, and a couple shows appearance, and the whole world wasn't shut down for a whole year. So throughout the year of 2020, it was quite a bit of shows that we missed out on, and quite a bit of appearance that we missed out on, quite a bit of features appearance we missed out on, promotion where we go to different shops and promote. At the time when I'm down, his whole livelihood was down. It was no one to come and sign the contracts after we appeared at the different events that we was obligated to go to. So you don't have attorneys to do the contracts for y'all?
Objection, relevance.
Sustained. Please move on, counselor.
Yes, Your Honor. You mentioned that you were in a walker, correct?
Yes.
Can you kind of walk us through the timeline, because you said you had a hip replacement? So if the injury the injury happened in January, correct?
Right.
And your hip was popped back into place, correct?
Yes.
How many weeks of treatment did you go through?
Objection, that's the answer.
I want to say at least 2 to 5 months.
Well, which
give or take.
That's a big gap. You said 2 to 5 months of therapy?
Yes, it might have been 2 to 4 months.
When did you start therapy?
I started therapy in February.
The beginning of February?
Yes, maybe the end of January to February, close to the beginning of February.
Okay. And how often did you go to rehab or therapy?
At one point in time, I was going every other day, or maybe every day. But every other day, I think it was Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Okay. And what would they do for you at those therapy sessions?
It was long days of walking, massages, just a bunch of exercises.
Okay, exercises for what? To get that muscle strong again?
Yeah. Yes, and get the reflection back to my hip.
Get the what?
Like the reflection, or at the time my hip actually didn't extend like it was, and I was walking wobbly, and so they were just trying to get everything, the muscles and I guess the nerves back working right.
Okay, and you did that going up every other day for how long? Till like what month?
I can't recall. I want to say May. I want to say May.
So April. May. You would go twice a week or 3 days a week?
Yes.
And did the same thing every day?
Yes.
And did you see any improvement?
I did, but I wasn't 100% like I was before the injury.
And you're saying during this time from February to May, you didn't do any work at all?
No.
Were you on your social media at all?
Yes.
What were you on your social media for? Was it personal, or did you do anything else, business or promotion wise?
At the time before the passing of my artist, my social media wasn't used for promotion. His social media was the #1 promotion social media that we used. So at the time I wasn't able to do anything.
So you weren't on social media at all during that time?
I had only 4,000 followers, 5,000 followers. It wasn't useless.
And you made 0 appearances during that time?
Say it again?
You made 0 appearances during that time period?
Relevance.
Your Honor, again, I'm going to his conclusion and statement that he couldn't work and do anything during this time.
Okay, I'll allow it. You are asking for those lost earnings as damages, correct, Mr.
We're not seeing lost wages and lost earnings in this case.
Your Honor?
We're not.
Then how is this relevant then?
I'm going to his lost wages, Your Honor.
He said he's not asking for lost.
Well, excuse me, his time off, he couldn't work. But that's fine, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I was distracted. Your Honor, if I may introduce something as a sidebar off the...
Can we, is this of an emergency nature, or can we...
Well, right now, this is proceedings being streamed live on YouTube.
Yeah, I know that, but can we wait until a break to address this issue?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. We'll address it during break. Please continue.
Yes, Your Honor. Going to the night of that fight that took place, you were saying when you pulled up, you came from another club, correct?
Yeah.
Did you drive there or did you walk there?
Did I walk where? To be live?
Yes.
I walked to be live.
From the other club?
Yes.
Okay, and what is the name of the other club?
Ecstasy.
Okay. When you walk up, did you walk up by yourself?
By myself.
Was there a large gathering of people at the front of V Live when you walked up?
In the parking lot. Yes, sir.
Were there, I guess to kind of give some context to the jury, was there a lot of people around the doorway of the club?
No, sir. It was just a bunch of security guards.
Only security guards and no people at all?
No, just as I recall, I was focused on the security guards and getting inside the club.
Okay. When you walked up, did you make contact with anybody at all?
Objection vague.
Anybody that was a friend? Anybody that worked for the club? Did you announce your arrival? Did you do anything like that at all?
I took a bunch of...
Objection vague. At what point in time? Part of these have already been answered, but I'm confused as to what exactly he's asking about. When he first gets to the parking lot, when he goes to the door.
When he first gets to the club. Because he walked up. You said you walked
to
up.
The club or the parking lot?
To the club. He walked up to the door and he only saw bodyguards.
All right, I'm going to allow the question. Just be as specific as possible. Thank you. Please proceed.
When you're walking up towards the door to the entrance of the club, did you greet anybody? Did you say anything to anybody?
Yes, in the parking lot, I spoke to a lot of people. I took a bunch of pictures. People was asking me how was the Grammys yesterday, how MOE3 Broken Love was doing. I heard a bunch of people playing Everybody Ain't Your Friend. Ty Harris was playing in the background. It was just like people taking pictures and greeting.
Did you, how long did you stand there in the front waiting to go in?
Probably like about 2 or 3 minutes after they told me, hold on.
And your testimony was that just out of nowhere, Mr. Marquis walked out and you came face to face with him?
I never said out of nowhere.
Okay. So where did he come from when you first
saw him?
Inside.
Inside. It came from inside the building.
So you're telling the jury that he walked from inside.
He ran from inside the building. And my testimony was the security guard said, hold on, and got on the microphone and said, Rainwater's here.
Okay, and at that point, he came running out the building.
About 45 seconds to a minute and a half later.
Sprinting out just to go straight after you.
I guess I don't know. As I seen his face, I just took off running.
Okay, but your testimony is that he came and then went straight to you. Is that correct?
Yes, he just came straight towards my way. I just took off running.
And you have absolutely no reason on why he would come straight running at you in that manner, full speed?
At that time, no. I'm just out there trying to promote MOE3 music. We just dropped a song called Broken Love and with Kevin Gates, and I was just trying to promote.
If you have no reason to have any fear or anything like that, why would you take up in a sprint like that?
I'm glad I did.
No, but that doesn't answer my question. Why would you do that?
I'm not sure. I'm just, I'm glad something in my body just told me you're not in a safe situation.
But why would your body tell you that?
Just, as you can see what happened, I just had to get out of there.
We all, the jury and everyone saw what happened.
Yeah. And these are, and at the time, listening to rap lyrics, it's just a dangerous situation. So, I thank God that I got the ability to get out that parking lot.
Okay, you made a reference to rap lyrics. What rap lyrics are you referring to? That
just hip hop period. Hip hop period. It just, man, hip hop period.
Okay, well, sir, you chose to work with hip hop, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so again, going back to the original, what would cause you to have the fear you had to take off in a dead sprint like you did?
I mean, after seeing an individual running towards me, and the comments that I heard behind, get him, there he is. Something that I needed to run to a safe place where it was light and cameras. So and the reputation of what was going back and forth in the hip hop industry, I just needed to get the light.
So are you telling the jury that anytime at any event that you go to or any club, you take off running like that if there's another hip hop artist?
If I know it's a conflict of interest or anybody I work with, yes.
And that is the first time in Dallas you've ever run into another artist, or have you done before, run into other artists?
Artists that have the reputation of being dangerous, yes.
You said you've been in hip hop since 2014, right?
Yes.
So at that time it was about 6 years?
Yes.
And in 6 years, you probably doing promotions have been to quite a number of concerts, events, promotions, and things of that nature, right?
And I have never ran into something like that night. I have never been assaulted like that before that night. I have been around the hip hop industry and never seen anything like that.
Okay. Have you ever ran like that before at another event?
Yes.
And which event was that?
I can't recall, but yes.
All right, y'all. Y'all kind of get the theme of what's going on. Yella Beezy's representation did not do him justice. Yella Beezy's lawyer even admitted what happened on camera to Rainwater. So what's the defense? He spent so much time trying to say, well, you're involved in hip hop. You're a street dude, so you kind of signed up for this life. Nothing that took away what happened on camera. And it made no sense. And the judge admonished him over and over and over and over. So you can kind of see how this goes. I'm sure the whole thing will be posted somewhere, but you've heard enough to see what was going on here. It'll be interesting to see what Yella Beezy, who did not speak, and based on his reputation, you would expect him not to. But it'll be interesting to see what the responses are, what the judgment will be, and we'll definitely keep you posted, especially if Wack has more commentary. But anyway, man, until next time, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, The Answer. We out.